Orange Pregame for Syracuse and Stony Brook rolls along today. Brian Higgins now joined by Orange attackman Stephen Rehfuss. And Stephen, here you are rolling along just like you did last year, third in the country, an assist, kind of basically where you were last season. It half feels like you just picked up where you left off, but at the same time, a lot's happened since last year. How tough was it to kind of get right back in the groove that you had going last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got our whole offense back and we've added some new people. So um, it definitely an abrupt ending to the season last year, but our practices are really competitive. So all fall we had good practices and then preseason. And it's honestly been a pretty smooth transition back into it, especially for me and for some of the other older guys. We're pretty used to it. So it's been good.
Hey, we obviously all know how last season ended with you guys are rolling, and then at the time it could have been the last college lacrosse game you ever played. Then this year you had to go through the whole situation in and out of the transfer portal to get back to where you are. When you look back at a year ago, essentially now, because it was a year ago this week that it
Mhm.
all went sideways. Can you even imagine this all happened and that you're still playing lacrosse at Syracuse at this point?
Yeah, not at all. I was actually just talking to my friend Bradley Voigt, who was an alum, and I was just like, I honestly can't believe like I'm still here, still go here, and everything that just happened within the past year has definitely been crazy. And I mean, if anyone last year was told what would happen, no one would believe it. So it's been crazy, but I think I find comfort in just knowing that everyone's been dealing with it and everyone's been going through it in their own personal ways. So that just helps me.
This is your sixth year in college. I mean, you've been around for a long, long time here. How important was it for you to get this last season of college lacrosse? Because we'll get into it. I mean, you have life options. You have other stuff that you can go and do, but you made sure to stick around for this year.
Yeah, it's my sixth year, but I really haven't had that many normal years of college at Holy Cross. I was only on the team in the fall before I got my release from the team and started looking elsewhere. And then I was just a regular student the second semester there. So I didn't play any college lacrosse that year competitively, like against other teams or anything, only fall ball practice. And then I had a few normal years here, and then last year was cut short. And then kind of this year hasn't been normal in any sort of way for various reasons. So definitely been around for a while, but I think each year has had its own unique challenges. But I wouldn't really change anything looking back at it.
Hey, I know for you, you were getting ready to do the whole law school thing at the end of last year. I guess that's kind of your whole family's history, right? You guys do lacrosse, and then you all go and become lawyers. You and your older sisters. What's it like to put? I mean, that's a significant process to go through. What's it like to push that off for a year?
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't too hard of a decision to make. I mean, I love lacrosse. If you ask any of my friends or any of my family, lacrosse is probably my favorite thing, one of my most passionate things that I care about. So when I found out that I was going to be able to get the year back, it was kind of a no-brainer. And really, I just deferred my acceptance for a year. It was honestly a really easy process. The school understood, and now I actually just got my acceptance letter for the next year a couple days ago. So just kind of like my life just was put on pause for that year, but I'm definitely okay with it. And definitely just, I wanted to finish out here and my lacrosse career just on the right note. And I wanted to kind of end it my way, not by having some outside factors ending it.
Well, we'll give you the congratulations. I guess you knew it was coming, but nice to get it officially. Where are you going for law school?
I'm going to Albany Law.
Okay, so
So
you'll
going
be
back
at
home.
home. Your
Yep.
dad has a law process, a law practice there. How you have older sisters? They all played lacrosse too, and some are still involved in the game. How many of them are lawyers? It's more than one, right?
Yeah, two of my older sisters are lawyers. They both went to Albany Law as well.
Okay, so you got the whole family thing going on. Got it pretty locked down with the Rehfuss law practice in the Albany area. And back on the lacrosse field, though, here, Stephen. I mean, we talk about that and you putting it off because you knew the opportunity you had this year. And my goodness, you guys producing on the attack right now. You had a six assists last game. We know kind of the connection you have with Chase Scanlon. What's it been like to add this connection to Owen Hiltz? You were flinging him the ball all game long, and this is kind of the one new guy that's joined your offensive attack this year.
Yeah, Owen's great. I mean, from day one in the fall, we all knew about him from last year. I remember him coming on his visit last year and just hearing about how he was a big time recruit that was going to help us a lot. And then I found out I was going to get the chance to play with him. And just every day he's more impressive than the next. Really mature player. I think he's the best freshman in the country, and he's only going to continue to get better. And I mean, you guys have seen the past 2 games that he started. He's producing a ton, and he looks like a veteran out there. So can't say enough about him.
7 goals in 2 games is a lot for a senior. I mean, you know that. To see him do it that quickly, you know how long college lacrosse can take to figure out from your own personal experience. To see him do that in game 2 and game 3 of his career, what does that say about what he can accomplish going forward?
Yeah, sky's the limit for him. I don't think any of us are surprised that he has 7 goals in those 2 games at all. I mean, it's just the type of player he is, the way he carries himself. I can't express enough how he just doesn't act like a freshman out on the field. We don't feel like we're playing with a freshman at all. He's telling guys where to go, telling guys different holes in the defense, different areas to attack. So super mature player, and he's got a really, really bright future here.
Lastly, Stephen, I'll ask you this. We know how screwy this season can be with all the stuff you guys got to go through. It's a Friday, 1 o'clock game this week, which is not a thing that occurs. How do you guys handle all the curveballs this year when it is not what you've grown used to over your career?
Honestly, I know, like for me, like a game like this on Friday at 1, which we've never done, it's more exciting kind of than anything. It keeps things fresh, switches things up a little bit. Don't have as long of a week of practice. Kind of get a quick turnaround. So, I mean, I think all the guys have been handling it really well. I think we just look at it more on a positive note and an exciting front rather than like it's a challenge we have to deal with. So I think definitely more exciting than anything.
All right, Stephen, good stuff. Good to catch up, and good luck out there this week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Stephen Rehfuss. Let's step aside for a few. We'll come back with Coach Desko right after this on the Syracuse Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.